boom, bada bing, bada boom, bada boom. Yo, people, YouTube and Instagram, you guys ever heard of a car called the Aspark Owl? And we are going to Salon Privé in Blenheim Palace to find out. And this is what the Aspark Owl actually looks like. So the Aspark Owl is a £2.5 million electric hypercar from the place of the rising sun. You may know it as Japan. Japan's first ever electric hypercar, and it cost £2.5 million. That's a little cash money, people, a little cash money. Ooh.
It's the money, it's the money, it's the money, yeah.
So the Aspark Owl is basically the world's fastest accelerating car of all time. It can do 0 to 60 in 0.72 seconds. Jesus Christ, that's fast. I thought that 1.9 was pretty quick, but 0.72, that's like, yeah, apparently it's the fastest car in the whole world from 0 to 60, which is pretty impressive. No, it's okay, you can close it, it's okay. That's a lot. I mean, that literally will snap your neck in half. 160, 160, 0 to 60 in 1.72 seconds. I cannot imagine what that feels like. It's absolutely insane. So I asked a Japanese girl what it felt like to get from 0 to 60 in 1.72 seconds, and this is exactly what she said.
I'm really scared.
Yeah, it's very, very fast.
1.7 seconds, it must be like, God, it's like you're there. That's incredible.
Aspark Owl is saying they can actually go faster than that. They're saying that they can actually go faster than they can actually go faster than 1.7 seconds. Is that even safe? I don't know, man. I guess we're gonna find out. Previous to this though, the fastest accelerating production car in the whole world is actually a Tesla. I think it was the Tesla Model S, which can do 0 to 60 in like 1.9 seconds or something crazy like that. Yeah, you might be pleased to know they're only making 50 of these cars in the whole world. 50 is in a 50. So there ain't gonna be that many of them in the whole world. And the first delivery is gonna be starting right now in autumn. I cannot wait to see this thing on the road because it's gonna be pretty interesting. It's like, damn. One of the coolest things in the car for me was that wing is cool, but I don't know. For me, it looked better when the wing was actually down. Than when it was up. I don't know what you guys think, but let me know. I just felt it looked a lot better with the wings down. The wing down. It's a big ass wing. Obviously aero, downforce, and then it flips up for braking and all that stuff. You know, you heard all this stuff before. The interior was pretty cool, man. I sat inside this thing and it felt like I was laying on a bed because your hips are like higher up than your legs. That's how I have to explain, because you're kind of laying on your back almost, and your legs are higher up than your hips. So it kind of feels like you're inside a F1 car, kind of. So you're not sitting down, you're actually laying down. It was a very, very interesting experience, kind of nice. Obviously, being a hypercar, electric, the future and all that stuff, it's got cameras everywhere to display your rear view mirror and all that stuff. It's very, very nice, very luxurious and comfortable inside. But I will say, I think the Evija had a better interior. I think it had a more, it felt more upscale. The inside is very clean. You got these clean white seats, and then the cockpit, man, it was kind of like, there are no buttons up in there. Then I realized if you look up, there's actually buttons up. So they've removed the buttons from like the cockpit area and put them up in the roof or in the ceiling of the car, or in the, yeah, above the driver. It's kind of cool and interesting. But getting in and out was a whole different experience though. Whew.
Like an art. Thank you very much. Woo, I'm out. Oh my God, it's It's really nice. It's like laying down in a car. It's like you're not been sitting in a car, you're actually laying in it. I love it. It's cool. It's very, very cool. 1.7 seconds.
It was not easy, I ain't gonna lie. And I ain't even that tall. I'm 5'9.5". How much horsepower is this car packing? So apparently, I spoke to another Japanese lady as well. She said to me, this car has like 1,985 horsepower. So almost 2,000 horsepower, pretty much the same as the Lotus Evija, which is a lot. And then I asked her, okay, so how much does the car actually weigh? She said to me, so the chassis of the Owl is actually made out of carbon fiber, because I would expect nothing less for a car that costs 2.5 million squid, right? So it's made out of carbon fiber, and the whole car apparently weighs 1,900 kilos, which is not a lot. Considering that it's 2,000 horsepower, you are definitely getting better than 1-to-1 weight ratio, people. 1,900 kilos. That's light. So basically, it's kind of like a 1-to-1 weight ratio. It's actually better than 1-to-1 weight ratio. So how is it that this is faster than the Lotus from 0 to 60? Because the Lotus is 0 to 60 in I think sub 3 seconds. So what is going on there? Lotus, are you not telling us something? Torques is 1,470 something foot-pound of torque, which is quite a lot. I don't know how much that is in Newton meters. Probably about 3,000 or something like that. Maybe less. I don't know. One of those. It's yeah, it's a lot. Actually, it's more like 2,000, isn't it? So it's about 2,000 pound-feet of torque. And the range between charges is actually 285 miles, which kind of is the same as like most gas engine performance cars, isn't it? So I don't actually know how long it will take to charge the Owl. Hopefully it's as quick as the Lotus Evija, which can actually be charged as quickly as from 0 to full in just 9 minutes. You probably want to know about top speed. It will do 249 miles an hour. That's about as fast as the McLaren F1 did. Was it 240? 249? Yeah, 249 miles an hour. That's pretty fast still. 249 miles an hour is pretty quick. But the question is, how long does the battery last when you're driving at 249 miles an hour? That is the question, isn't it? But top speed is 249 miles an hour. That just sounds crazy. The interesting thing is that the Owl, people said the battery inside the Owl is actually smaller than what you find in other competing electric cars like the Evija. How much smaller is it? The thing is though, if it's smaller, why does it weigh 2 tons? Because if the battery is smaller than what you find in the Evija, but the Evija weighs less, so how much smaller is the battery in the Owl if they are trying to save weight? Because it already weighs 2 tons. So I don't know how much smaller the battery is, but it's kind of interesting though. If the battery is smaller and yet the capacity and range is the same as the Evija, that's pretty impressive as well. So I'm quite curious to find out how much smaller it is than the battery in the Evija, because yeah, it's very interesting. Similar range, but smaller battery. That's kind of cool. Very cool tech right there. So